What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Third and Longhorn post-game show. I think we are all still recovering from this one. It didn't go exactly like we thought it would, but I think it ended up exciting. And honestly, at the end of the day, we won again in overtime. We are going to recap number 22 Texas's 45-38 victory over Mississippi State in overtime. I am joined by Jeremy Hills, Alex Okafor. We got Mark Higgins back there, making sure everything's working right now. And as always, Derek Joe running the show back there. If you've got questions, comments, get them in now. We'll feature some of them. If you do a paid comment, that goes directly into Derek Joe's wallet, no lie, because that man does this as a volunteer. So we appreciate that. But guys, let's get into it. Texas ended up with 428 total yards. Mississippi State ended up with 445. Texas ended up with 356 passing yards. Mississippi State 382, and Texas ended up with 72 rushing yards to Mississippi State 63. All right, since we're going to cover the offense first, I'm going to let Hills go first on offense. Oak, you're going to go first on defense. Hills, give me your thoughts on the offense on this game.
Oak and I talked about it before. That was probably one of the best performances I've seen from 16.
Yes.
Overall.
Yes.
Overall performance, right? Like, obviously, we've seen a couple of misses. Well, we've seen, some easy layups early. Okay. Went into a little bit of a slump. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, fought back.
29 of 46.
29 of 46.
346
yards, 3 tutties. Put one, gave one to them.
One that I wouldn't put that pick on him, honestly. But
it goes in the stat book.
Yeah, it does. It does.
That was a drop.
Yeah,
that was a drop. And Parker will be kicking himself on that one.
I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, I'm trying to like piece it together. I'm like, all right, what's the difference? Like, what's the difference? Because now 2 times now, I've seen us be, abysmal, sluggish, slow, not on the same page, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and then get down pretty big on the road, and then 16 turns it off.
14 points in the first half, 28 in the second, and then a touchdown in overtime.
That's what I'm saying. And like I'm
28. Did I messed that up?
No. I get what you're saying, but like even with that, like most of that was in the fourth quarter. Most of that was in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
most of that damage was in the fourth quarter when it's like, gotta have it all or nothing. You know what I mean? I'm just like, hey man, this team has fight. This team has heart. I hope Arch Manning is okay. He's a little bit wobbly there, walking off at the end in overtime. Put a good shot on him.
Looked like a concussion.
Yeah, you don't want to speculate, but yeah, it did. So, but I believe it was 14 in the first half, 24 in the second, and 7 in overtime. So
there we go. Yeah, it felt good to see CJ Baxter on the field again.
Yes.
Like obviously the one. Playing the position, and then he's already a big guy. Seeing him too high on the goal line, I was just like, you just got to get back in the groove. That's it, because those are touchdowns.
I wish they would have gave it right back to him. That's the one thing that I wish they would have. Sark would have just handed it right back to him. I felt like he deserved 2 carries right there.
He ended up with nine carries, 27 yards. Had that nice 10-yarder and a 5-yarder. Felt like that's what we're missing, and I think people forget about that. And CJ's not the most explosive guy, but he's that guy. He's an SEC running back that's going to fall forward for
when he gets healthy. I might even challenge that. I think he's very explosive.
Yeah,
he just has to get past these injuries, and they've slowed him down quite a bit.
I just don't think he's ever been like super fast. That's what I'm saying.
Like
he's a heck
talked about that, right? When he talked about CJ specifically, it's just like when healthy, this is probably one of the premier backs in the country.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So like just seeing him on the field. Seeing a change up with him and Wisner, I'm like, okay, this feels good.
Yeah,
this feels good. Let's stay on schedule with this. Like I need that combination to get better and better and better. Mm-hmm. Like what are we, like 6-2, and this is the second game that both of them have started and finished together?
Second or third. Yeah.
Started and finished.
Yeah. So second, probably.
Second.
Ohio State, and then
second.
This one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
because Trey got hurt, second game?
Yeah. Okay. That's why I'm like, man, I can't wait to see those two finally get into a rhythm.
It was nice to see a running back fall forward again. And I mean, the yards don't reflect it. It wasn't the most explosive game for him on the ground, but it was just cool seeing some of those inside zone reads fall forward. Like it was just a 3-yard game, but falling forward is something, not getting stoned. And I think we can expand off this.
It helps your offensive line too.
Yeah.
You don't want them sitting back on their heels all game. You don't. I mean, I was talking to my brother about it. You know, he's a lineman, so all he wants to do is run the ball. He don't even want to run zone. He's like, he want to run gap scheme, find a man, beat the man. Like, you know, he's talking about, I want to run no pulling power is what he said. Just power footwork with no puller. Go straight ahead. I'm like, oh, this is the 60s. But no, I get it though.
Yeah.
Like you got a lot of beef up there, man. You want those guys to be able to fire off the ball. You don't want them sitting back on their heels all day. But no, I mean, when I look at this offense, I'm just like, man. Yeah, what's that? Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah,
it's like, golly, man. This is if it's frustrating for us, I know it's frustrating for them, but it was good to see them have the explosives. We haven't had those throughout the season. We had multiple explosives in the past game. We even had a couple explosives in the run game this game. So I'm like, okay, there's some things there.
Yeah.
There's some things there. So still some work to do, but down 17 in the fourth.
Yeah.
That's
on the
some
road.
heart. That's some heart.
17 on the fourth, like on the road, and the defense from that moment doesn't give up anything else. They didn't score again. They put up 38, and that's what they stayed with, right? And you proved that you were gonna cash in on that. Like that's a full team effort, and they let you know kind of what you have as far as a unit is on that in that Longhorn locker room.
Yeah, Trey ended up with 12 carries, 41 yards along a 9. CJ 9 carries, 27 yards along a 10. Arch had 10 carries for 6 yards along a 15. Obviously, his sack numbers are in there too. Yeah. Wingo ended up 5 catches, 184 yards, no touchdowns, along a 62. Mosley 4 catches, 53 yards, 2 touchdowns, and along a 21. DeAndre 6 catches, 53 yards. Endries 4 catches, 25. Livingston 4 catches, 22, and 2 touchdowns. And let's see. Yeah, that's it on that. But I mean, I think you said something pretty interesting to me on the way in here, and I think I echo that Arch is still figuring it out within the offensive system. Like within the system, when we're in what we do, he still, you can tell he's not super comfortable. But when he gets outside of it and it turns into an open game, et cetera, like especially backyard ball, he's impressive.
You see all of the things.
Yeah.
Right now, if we can get those things into that system, oh boy, we cooking.
Yeah, and it was fun to see him in the second half not think, and I think that was the biggest difference. Just like you said, backyard ball, and to me that equates to not thinking. Like you're not making many adjustments at the line when you're in comeback mode. Your receivers are going down the field and it's pitch and catch for him. And that's what Arch does best. And it was fun to see in that second half. Now I'm with you. Can he do that from start to finish? Can he do that while making the proper reads, making the proper adjustments at the line of scrimmage and taking in a whole game plan? Can he execute that way? But this is the first stepping stone, and we saw him deliver accurate footballs. Also, what I like to see from Arch too is the way he's been navigating through the pocket. Like early in the season, he was taking unnecessary sacks. He really wasn't moving well in the pocket. Guys in his face would throw him off. This game, you saw him climbing through the pocket. You saw him bobbing and weaving through the pocket, and not just weaving to run and escape. He was weaving to deliver the football, and that's what you like to see. That tells me that he's getting a lot more comfortable. That tells me that his feet are starting to settle down a little bit, and that tells me that there is optimism moving forward with Arch.
But I mean, that's the thing, right? Like I think you just hit it on the head. Like he's getting more comfortable. His feet are settling down. This was one of the better games I've seen from him. It's like all of that's tied together. All of that's tied together, right? So and it was tough. I mean, he got banged up a little bit in that pocket today, and he did get sacked a couple of times today as well. They brought
pressure,
but
5 times.
Yeah, but like see, 5 sacks, we can't have that obviously. But when I'm looking at it, there's a sack is a sack, right? And most quarterbacks are gonna say all sacks are on the quarterback, but we know that ain't true, right? So like. When I'm looking at it, there are some times where you're like, man, I need my quarterback to do X. And there are other times where I'm like, I need my guys to hold up. When I even looked at his sacks, I'm like, these aren't times where I'm like, get the ball out. There goes the guy. It's more so like, they won that. They won that play.
Yeah.
Defense won that play.
There were a couple times where he held it a little too long. He was guilty of it, but I agree. Like you can't. There's not a ton you can pick apart on this performance from him. He had one rough throw at the start that he skipped on that.
But like slant. Oh man,
Yeah, on
but
the slant.
and an earlier one to the running back too. But I mean, other than that, like it's a mix of drops and things happening at the wrong moments. And not to make excuses, but I do think you see the potential of this kid. It's there.
You look at 29 or 46. But like, how many drops did we see today?
I was gonna say Arch was not the issue today. The drops were the issue.
How many drops did we?
Yeah.
I'm looking at 29 or 46. The stats are what they are. Numbers are what they are. 29 or 46. There's a pick in there as well. How many drops did we see today?
I can count at least
Pick was
3.
a drop.
Pick was a drop, right? There was a couple. We probably had another touchdown on the goal line that we dropped, right? So it's like there were opportunities there where the ball's out on time and it's to the playmaker. That's all I want my quarterback to do.
Yeah.
That's I just saw this comment pop and said, "Did Jay Hills pick up a shift at the local pool hall?"
hey,
I think it looks slick. I like it.
I like that shirt. As RB Chambliss.
This is a nice. This is a pool hall shirt. Come on, zoom in on that.
We don't got nobody on the cameras.
Okay, all right. They need whoever said that, they don't know how fashion. This is a nice mirror, short sleeve button down.
Why don't you turn around, show the back?
I'm not gonna turn around. I'm not gonna do that. It won't be video evidence to be spinning around. Higgs, what's wrong with you?
I think it looks sharp.
Jay, if I wanted to cop something like that, how much would a shirt like that run me?
Hey, don't be clocking.
I'm just asking questions.
Be clocking.
How much would something smooth like that run me?
You won't pick it up at your local pool.
Oh my God! All right, well let's get
that shirt $300.
Let's get over. Let's get over to the defense.
Minimum.
Obviously, deep scoring wise, this wasn't exactly the performance that they were expecting.
Yeah.
I will say I believe, and I got to double check this because I don't have it in front of me, Mississippi State had either 8 or 9 possessions in the first half on this defense. And if you guys remember right, the defense had been on the field 3 times and there was still 5 minutes left in the first quarter. So this team was once again, the offense didn't put us in great situations at the start of the game, and I'm sure you can attest to that. And props to Mississippi State, that running that up tempo like that, our biggest strength on the line is being able to sub, getting all those guys in there. You got so much depth, and when you run like that, you can't sub, and it changes things. But we ended up with 7 sacks today, and Alex January had 1.5. Hero Kanu had 1. Murad Watson had a half sack. Lance Jackson had a half sack, and did I miss somebody in there? Oh, and Anthony Hill had 2.5, and Ethan Burke had 1. So
Ant had 2.5.
Ant had 2.5.
Ant had 2.5, and he had 10 tackles.
Ant was all over the place.
That's SEC Defensive Player of the Week material.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Ethan Burke might have a case with that block kick and the sack to close the game.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I mean, Ant's stat line is insane, so that's going to be hard to top. But to me, I thought Ethan Burke was this team's this defense's MVP today.
Yeah, and he got when we had to have it. He made the play in the backfield to stop the freshman quarterback that they
on the 4th down. Yeah, that was a big play
when we had to have it. So you're 100% right there. Now this defense, Mississippi State did exactly what any smart coordinator would do. You looked at that Kentucky game and you said, those boys been on that field the entire game. Let's make them run. Let's make them run. Let's make them run up tempo. Let's make them run side to side. Let's make them cover up the entire field. And that's what Mississippi State did. And they had, I get it, man. That defense was on the field all last week. The defense had to fight through it this week, but what you got to give them is, and it gave up some uncharacteristic stuff. All right, and you could see the legs were gone when that back caught the little
and
leg.
he burnt off like I've never
got
seen
gone.
I've never seen us look that slow.
I'm looking at my guys.
And he's
white.
fast, but he's not that fast.
He's not that fast. I'm looking at the guys in white, and I'm like, ooh, we don't got our legs.
Yeah, we're shot.
We do not have our legs right now. But
Nick, 9 possessions first half.
9 possessions in the first half.
They were on the field for 9 possessions.
Yeah.
That said, though, when you had to have it, when you looking at that defense and you're saying, hey, we get it. It's 8-9 minutes left in the fourth. We're down 3 possessions. They can't score again, and we need the ball back fast. 3 and out. Like they put up 38, and that's where it stopped.
Yeah,
it was that long touchdown. There was nothing after that.
Yeah.
It was literally nothing after that, right? And so I'm looking at that defense just thinking, yeah, of course you look at 38 points and you're like, whoa, but this is a championship caliber defense, man. It really is. And they did it without their heart and soul.
Yeah.
Michael Tapp didn't play today.
Yeah.
This is the most, like, you honestly got a glimpse of what the future is probably going to look like from the back end of what this defense is going to be for the next year or so, right? So just seeing guys step up, seeing Anthony Hill be ridiculous, seeing Colin Simmons, your mega star, step up in overtime when you had to have it, like seeing the stars come out to play when you have to have it. That's the reason why at that next level guys get paid.
Well, we're recapping number 22 Texas's 45-38 overtime victory over Mississippi State. Shout out to everybody who's listening on 1300 The Zone out there. Everybody who's watching on YouTube. Like we said, if you have comments, questions, etc., get them in on YouTube. And if you have sponsored comments, make sure those happen so that we can pay Derek Joe because we're broke. I'm kidding. I am.
I spent all my money on this shirt.
Yeah, seriously, for real. Everybody knows Hills ain't broke.
If Jay didn't say something, I was about to say something. That's why he beat me to it.
I like it. Well, let's get to.
Wait, hold on, you let me speak on the defense.
Oh yeah, okay.
Let me get the mic real quick.
Okay, you were supposed to go
Actually,
first.
Alex, speak on the tempo stuff. Like when you're on the field and something like that is happening, is it just what goes through your mind when that's happening?
And that's what we saw early in the game, kind of like Jay was saying, was Mississippi State saw that we were on the field all last game. So what do? They come out here and they attack us with tempo. They attack us with a little bit of no huddle. And what that does for a defensive line is that this defensive line is predicated on swapping out bodies because we have so much depth, rotating bodies. Hey, every 5 plays, somebody come in. Every first down, somebody come in. We weren't able to do that when it's tempo, when it's no huddle, when you're not allowed to get your guys off the field like that. So you are shot. And what you saw from this defense was that we got shot early. So with the 3 and outs from the offense combined with the tempo, we lost our legs early in this game. And we were actively trying to recover as the game was going. And it was just hard to do. And like Jay said, that was the biggest indication was that running back run where he outran our whole defense. I haven't seen that in 5 years. I haven't seen that since Sark has gotten here. Because that's the team speed on this defense. You never see that. But that told me that we did not have our legs and we were actively trying to recover throughout the whole game. But when we needed it most, offense started to deliver, started allowing us to rest on the sideline a little more, allowing us to get our legs back just a tad, just a little bit, put a little bit of gas in that tank so that when we needed to close out the game, we had enough. And that's exactly what happened. Then, like Jay said, after that touchdown, defense flipped the switch and you saw it. They went from just bending not to break to actively hunting. They were out there hunting that Mississippi State offense. You saw it.
Texas made just comment in the fourth quarter. ESPN had Mississippi State at a 98% chance of winning.
Yeah, that's why we don't listen to ESPN.
By the way, they were snapping the ball with 30 seconds left on the play clock.
Yeah,
I mean, it was.
I'm not mad at them though.
Yeah,
because it's like you dance with the girl you came with. It's like, hey, if they were going to lose, which I know they know in this world they thought they were going to lose, but what we've done to nullify the talent difference is made a very talented unit that's already gassed have to run.
Yeah.
Why in the world would I stop doing that?
Yeah.
They didn't even, to be real, when they actually slowed down, they didn't even look as good. Because it gave our guys opportunity to set in, read their keys, stop, look and see what the set is. They could now have to settle in and play a different style of football. I don't want to play that style against Texas. And Oak, you just hit it right on the head. I think that's what complimentary football is. Our guys are gassed. Our guys are gassed.
Yeah.
We have to have a drive that ends in 7 because we need to close the gap. But we need a drive that they can just that they can make the adjustments that are needed.
Yeah.
Let somebody have an opportunity to change out their gloves. Like let them. Like you can't go 3 and out. You can't 3 points.
And even on some of them scores, I want to say one score we scored within 4 plays. And yes, we take the points all day. We take the touchdown anytime. But damn, you couldn't have given us a couple more runs. You couldn't have given us a couple more runs in between so that we could get a little bit more rest.
And from a talk about it too. Oh, like that's just like the the physical nature of it, but like there's a mental component there as well.
Yeah.
You've given everything you got. At some point, I need some help.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that like right when it felt like, hey, this is the make or break moment, we got some help from them as well. 4th down. I know that kid's kicking
No,
himself.
dude, that
Yeah.
I know
and
that
if
kid is
you
kicking
watch,
himself.
I've watched every single Mississippi State game, and
Mhm.
there's always that
know.
moment where it's in the balance, and they could take the game. And especially, it's happened so many times this season. They make a bonehead play like that, and like, oh my gosh, like that roughing the passer flipped the entire game. We were off the
That's
field.
not on accident, then, Nick.
No,
That's not
no, it's
the
who they
same-
are.
The same way that we looked at Texas and we're like, we're going to fight.
Yeah.
We were going. There was no moment where we were going to lay down. We lost to Florida this year. Did we lay down?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Ball in our hand on the plus side of the field, trying to go back and tie it up to go to overtime. All right, we lost to Ohio State this year. Did we lay down? Absolutely not. Ball in our hand at midfield, trying to go tie the game up. So it's like this team is going to fight. Same on the flip side of that coin. One thing I can tell you about Mississippi State, they're gonna make the mistake.
I was gonna say they're the only team in the country that might be worse at penalties than we are. we were going penalty for penalty, swap for swap.
But I think we beat them this game though. I think we ended up with more
we did, and
penalties.
honestly, that was the difference.
Them boys were like, "Oh, you think you're gonna get more penalties than us?
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
They
my
just
cowbell.
ran out of time.
Bet you can't get one right here."
Right. And
Oh,
honestly,
man.
it was the difference. That fourth down,
was.
roughing the passer was the difference,
was.
man. So I mean, hopefully that's a learning moment for this Texas team because we're in the same boat. We commit penalties similarly, not to that extent, not that boneheaded, but we commit a lot of penalties.
9 for 61 today, and
Absolutely.
they had
Learn from
8
somebody
for
else.
41.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, so we still lost the penalty battle.
Exactly, still didn't
even
win
when
it.
even when we won, we still lost. But look, it has to get cleaned up.
We kept it under our average though. Usually 66 yards, 61. This
Yeah.
Man, we have 4. We have 4 in the first quarter. I was like, here we go again. But we are recap.
I'm sorry, but like,
No, go ahead.
to that, like, I don't want to make no excuses. We have to get better, period. Two things can be true. That place is loud,
It is.
and it is hard on the road. Now, when we come back home, there's no excuse. There's literally no excuse. But like, I'm thinking about the overtime double clutch by the center. Like, it's like these certain pre-snap penalties where I'm like, I hate that it happened. I get it,
But
though.
you get it. You understand.
I get it, though. I'm a little bit more lenient right there than I normally would be.
I'd be a little more accepting if we didn't have the history that we
That's
had
fair.
of committing
That's
penalties.
fair.
So
That's fair.
You know, the funniest thing about this game is like just listen to the vibe and the feeling in here compared to last game, which I don't know why it is because like neither of those teams are the best teams in the SEC. There's no doubt about that. But why does this one feel so much better?
I can tell you that easily.
Why?
Because we scored points.
yeah, that was gonna be my question.
That's what people want.
We look.
No, I'm being real with
When you
you.
score
Like,
16,
I'm being real with you. Like, seeing your defense have a performance that is like not who they are after they have, like you just said, Oak just talking about the penalties. He said, I will be more lenient if this isn't your history. All right. The history of the defense shows me that I am going to be lenient. I'm going to be lenient here. Now I'm going to get on them. If I'm coach, I'm going to get on them. I'm sure PK is going to get on these.
Oh
boys.
yeah, for sure.
I'm sure that they also going to emphasize rest and recovery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But on the flip side of that, there was a glimmer that gave hope that when this defense is playing at their normal, typical selves, not even out of their body, just their normal selves. All right, man, if y'all can give me even half of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you can give me 23 of them,
Yeah.
I'll take it, right? As to where the Kentucky game, it's like, man, you looked at what happened and you're like, that's not sustainable. Like, we can't rely on that to win us games. And that's what I think that's a lot of people took that. But, I mean, it's tough. The SEC is tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough. I mean, y'all seen Bama today? South Carolina?
Yeah.
Down what? Down 8?
Yeah.
Came back, won that one.
Needed a miracle.
You know what I mean? Missouri just lost their quarterback for the year. Lost on the road to Vanderbilt. Like, this thing is
Dude, Vanderbilt's gonna be a top 10 team. They were already 10, but they're gonna move up.
deservingly so.
Yeah,
Deservingly so. Like,
that's
Vanderbilt's
gonna be
playing some good ball.
that's
Here's
gonna
a
be.
little something from CJ Vogel on Twitter. Matthew Caldwell says he tagged Emmett Mosley on the RPO play, audibling him to fade route, and that's where the play went. And Mosley confirmed it was an audible at the
That's
line.
a bet right there.
That's
a bet.
The veteran leadership.
That's
man.
why people were saying, why are we bringing this kid in?
Hey, that's how you call your shot.
Yeah.
And that's
That's how
what we
you
talked
call
about. I think,
your
Nick,
shot.
you're out of the room. And this is why you get a senior quarterback. You pay him a couple $100,000 and he's ready.
Close
2
out
passes
games
this
for
year,
you.
2 for 2.
Yeah.
Like, coming off cold, like, man, worth every penny.
And
on
that
the road, hostile environments. He came in one time through a bullet on the nose. He came in the other time and threw a dime.
Yeah.
Bullets and baskets.
Yeah, man. Like we'll take that.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
Well, we are recapping number 22 Texas 45-38 victory in overtime over Mississippi State. Shout out to everybody listening on 1300 The Zone. Let's get into the very fun part of the game, special teams.
Yes, sir.
Folks. Brian Niblett is something else, and Hills and I were talking about this. Like there's something, and you guys remember it if you've watched Texas football for a long time, that when like Ramonce Taylor would touch the ball, or when DJ Monroe, Aaron Ross, like you just felt this electricity. The crazy part about Ryan Niblett is when you watch him, it doesn't look like that. And all he does is make people miss. And like he looked like he was jogging half speed on that thing and just ducking everybody.
Tripped twice.
3 times.
Yeah.
He tripped on his own once, got tripped twice by the defense, and still like, man. And he ended up, listen to this, like he had 4 punt returns, 104 yards, averaged 26 a return, including a long of 79, and 1 touchdown.
No, that's the best returner in the country.
That's
That's the best.
give him his props.
Yeah,
He
his
can clear his
facial-
mantle for that SEC special teams player of the week again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why would you kick it to him?
Well, it was crazy. So I was watching the play, and Mississippi State was, what was they, on like their own 30 around that area? Yeah. He had a lot of field. So I think the punter got excited.
Yeah.
He got excited. He's like, okay, let me try to pin him back. He didn't realize, man, I just outkicked my coverage.
Yeah,
and that's whenever I saw the ball in the air and there was only one defender on the TV screen, I'm like, oh, this thing has a chance.
Yeah.
See, I didn't think that. In my mind, I'm like, all right, cool, get us about 15.
No. When I saw that he outkicked his coverage and there was only one defender coming downfield in the screen, in the picture, I'm like, this thing has a real shot.
People don't know too, man. You're a gunner. Like, listen, you running down. I've been a gunner. You running down there and you see that ball in the air. You gotta, first of all, you locate the returner, you locate the ball as you run. I just know he was cussing in his head, especially because you have to know during special teams period, whoever the coach is that runs punt team, emphasize it over and over and over and over again. And I just know my guy had to be running and see that ball
going deep
and see whatever return is. And he looked up and seen the ball again, and he seen the return, and he said, "Oh, hell no!"
When Niblett caught it, there was still like 10 yards of separation.
Easily.
The gunner had no chance at that point.
You can't kick him the ball.
Yeah.
Well, they did it earlier, and he got a 17-yard return. And every time he's got that little bit of wiggle. And God.
I mean, in our pregame, Rod and Fozzie, like his season's over. No one's going to kick him the ball.
Well,
and here we are talking about
Oak called it. Oak said, he's like, I don't think the punters in college are good enough.
And do it.
Yeah, are they good enough, and are they disciplined enough to keep the ball away from him every single time? I don't think so. I think there's going to be more opportunities moving forward.
You don't think they have the ability to like angle kick it out of bounds?
It just might be too short.
It's 20 yards shorter.
That's what you can't do though, because you're on your own 30. You're on your own 30.
No, sir, respectfully.
Yeah, better than a touchdown.
Respectfully, if I'm the punt team, if I'm a coach, if I'm anybody in the opposite team's collar shirt doing any type of coaching,
collar shirt,
kick the damn ball out of bounds.
You just don't want to shank. That's the only thing. When you're on your end,
shank it.
It's better than a touchdown.
Shank it. Do not kick him the football.
And let's take a second, give this kid his props. This is a kid that got moved from like a running back to wide receiver. Then they moved him to the defensive back, to the defensive side of the ball and back. And he stuck around, didn't leave. And now look at him. He may not be getting the reps on offense, but like he's changed 2 games this year.
But also believe scouts are looking at him.
Yeah, but also too, something that popped in my mind, wasn't he, when we had all our injuries in the running back room last year, wasn't he the converted running back that Sark moved to that room?
He was a wide receiver.
Yeah, well,
I think he was slot, wasn't he?
Yeah, now you see it. He's special with the ball in his hands. So it's just, they got to find a way to keep getting it in his hands.
He took a few snaps from running back today, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did.
Weren't you saying that you knew somebody that played against him in high school?
Yeah, no. So a good friend of mine, he's now the over player development at Texas State, Ben Wells. You remember Ben Wells?
Oh, yeah.
He used to coach DBs at the high school level, and they coached against Nimitz, where Niblett went. And he, as soon as he seen it, he texted our group chat. It was like, he tore our ass up too. He ran 2 back against us. He's like, I still don't understand.
Yeah.
Same thing. I don't understand why people still kicking it too.
Yeah,
So like, no, the kid's special. I love that story. I didn't know that. Like, you know, buried on depth chart at multiple positions, moved around. You see, especially in today's climate, it's so easy to go somewhere else and do something else. To keep fighting, I think that goes right back to the spirit of this team. To keep fighting and find a way to not only contribute but be a X factor. He's an X factor. I guarantee you, Coach Akina, like those guys are drawing up ways to make sure that we have different punt returns called to give him a chance. Right? You're not even calling punt block.
Yeah,
you are literally calling punt returns.
I'd be surprised if we sent the house on a punt return the rest of the season.
Why?
Like
Why would I?
It's return game the rest of the year.
Wasn't the one he returned? Didn't we send it, or was that at the end?
I'd have to go back. I'd have to go back and look.
Higgs, am I right? Am I
Yeah,
wrong?
we did
Send it. Yeah, which
Trying to make a play.
Yeah.
I mean,
so he don't even need blockers.
He don't even need blockers. But no, I'm loving that though, man. Akina's always been a freaking guru on just that specific unit, and to see it still making like huge swings in games. Huge swings in games. You know what I mean? One week it puts the game away, next week it gives us a chance to go win. So no, shout out to that unit right there. Now talk about this field goal game.
So my guy had a rougher game today. Shipley 1 for 2. He had that the first one got blocked and made it, but then they had that another penalty that led to points. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like that was very un-Mason Shipley. The guy before this season missed 4 kicks in his entire career, and that was the easiest one he's missed.
Is this the third and Longhorn curse?
I did,
man, but we filmed that.
Somebody on Twitter. Somebody on Twitter that was like, "Stop bringing specialists before the game."
We filmed that like 2 months ago,
months,
so like we just put it out. But so I don't think that curse was on.
We need to do like a newspaper proof of life when we do the interview, so we have it on.
Yeah, seriously, no. But and I wouldn't say it was Bomeister's best game. He had a little low punt on one and missed another. He ended up with 8 punts for 358 yards, still averaged 45 yards a punt. 1 touchback, 2 inside the 20 with a long of 55, though. He's the real deal, though. So,
while are we talking about Twitter, I want to shout out somebody named McCoy Boy.
Oh, I saw this.
Who had the audacity to tweet me and say, "Y'all can go live now. The game is over."
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
This was right after halftime. This was in the third quarter.
This was when I posted about. I said we'll go live 15 minutes after the game.
Yeah.
He responded back.
Y'all can go live now. The game is over. LOL.
Oh, freezing cold takes.
Hey, McCoy Boy. Hey, guess what? The game is over, and the good guys win again.
Yes, they
I
do.
know you over there punching a wall, eating that day-old pizza. All right.
We had a former quarterback also on Twitter, Chance Mock. They didn't quit.
Yeah,
They didn't quit.
That's a Texas fight. I mean,
They didn't
for
quit.
real. And by the way, special teams. We talked about it for a sec. Ethan Burke blocking a field
huge
goal.
play.
Like,
Huge.
man, that guy's special.
He's all over the place.
Yeah, and I appreciate him figuring out a way to affect the game outside of just getting sacks and TFLs. Just because a guy like Ethan Burke, you come into this season, one of the older guys in the room, we've kind of seen his snaps dwindle just a tad bit. Like I think we expected him to play a little bit more than what we've seen. So the fact that he's still going hard every snap, the fact that he's still finding a way to help us get a win. Without the reps, man, that says something. So shout out Ethan Burke, man.
You guys want to get into some of these comments?
Let's do it.
And before we do, Texas fans, careful what you wish for. Everybody was calling for Sark, and then these rumors come out about the NFL.
Sark had an extended statement in the press conference.
I did see. Oh, I'm sure. But then everybody complaining about Arch. Now Arch possibly. We'll see what happens. Like we don't know what's going to happen. So just breathe, everyone.
Sark's agent's just trying to get him paid. Man.
That was my gut too. But
that's a chess move.
Yeah, I mean that's all his agent right there.
That's Sexton right there.
Yeah.
But I love that they came out and corrected it.
Right.
Yeah.
Corrected.
He said, I had to do that to protect my locker room and my team. I thought it was absolutely ridiculous. I thought it was completely unprofessional of that person to put that report out. And the fact that everybody ran with it is borderline embarrassing for the media. I respect what you guys do. I really do, and everybody else. But the fact that everybody ran that as truth is really embarrassing. I've got a small circle when I make decisions on what I do and what I don't do, and nobody would speak on my behalf without me knowing.
Good for him, man. Yeah, I like that response a lot.
That's a hell of a response. I love
Take that.
And he's right, man. Like we are in that era of like who can report it first, right? Not just
Got to be first, not factual.
not yeah. It's
right.
like, come on, man, like. This is BS. These kids got to deal with this before they go on the road to play this football game.
When did that article drop? Like at 9 this morning?
Yeah.
Like,
That timing. There's never a.
Those kids are probably,
there's
on the, way
never
to probably on the way to the stadium, and they're getting their phones are blowing up. I'm
Phones
sure it's like
blowing
your coach is leaving.
Yeah,
Dude, all those timings are calculated. Let's see. From Daryl S. Smith, Arch played his heart out and nibble it again. Clutches. Yeah, for real. And shout out. I know. Like he got hurt on the play. But Arch just shows you how much he cares on that play. He could have slid.
Yeah.
He got the extra yardage there, and like, man, that kid's tough. Like, I love that for him.
He's okay.
I hate that he got hurt, but I love how that kid plays. From Casey Taylor, shout out Casey Taylor, always taking care of Derek Joe. I'm just gonna give you Derek Joe's Venmo. Casey Taylor, I'm just a simple Army vet. Simple, no, thank you for your service. I'm just a simple Army vet. Turned oil field worker out in West Texas, but this play calling makes no sense to me. But thank God for nibbling, and thank God we got that dog in us to not quit. And I'll say about that, we don't. I think we're too quick on some of these play calls to say something was wrong when we don't know exactly what was supposed to happen all the time, or a lot of times there's something gets missed, a block gets missed, et cetera. And so we don't get to see the full play of what was supposed to happen. But, I did think we were going to lean a little bit more on the run, especially talking about what, Reuben Owens did against these guys. Yeah. And I just think our guys we were missing some blocks at the start of the game, and that makes a big difference. Makes all the difference.
Yeah, I mean, we saw what Sark was trying to do at the beginning of the game. He was trying to get Arch in his rhythm, try to get him some easy throws, easy catches for our receivers, and some of it worked in Wingo's case. But I'm with you guys. I would have liked to see us come out and establish the run just a tad bit more, especially getting CJ Baxter back.
I'm very curious, especially as we kind of find out what's going on in that QB room with Arch's health, right? And we know they're going to prioritize that, right? Long-term future. But I'm very curious what the game plan is going to look like for next week. And my gut tells me that we are going to see a heavy dose of 4 and 5 as we should.
Yeah. From KJG 1017, what a game. The word of the day is perseverance.
Facts.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Fight.
This team has heart, man.
Fight.
It's down 17 to fight, but on the road in the SEC. And you can say Mississippi State, I don't care. Like, that's a tough place to play. Anybody will tell you.
They took Tennessee to the wire.
Yep.
They took Tennessee.
They've been a play away on so many teams that are good.
Since that infamous Kansas game back in 2021, this team's heart has never been questioned. Yeah. And so, give Sark credit for that.
I agree. From Raja Knows, big reminder, this is a young team. Unfortunately, we're riding the emotional roller coaster with the inconsistency, but glad to see them stay in the game and earn that tough win. A tough team does not. If you're not tough, you don't win that game.
Mentally tough, emotionally tough. And that's he's 100% right. This is a young team, but tonight was a massive step forward as far as growing up.
Yeah.
As far as growing up, you know what I mean? So let's make sure that carries into next week.
A couple here from Feel Smart. Wish that Arch could have gotten the game-winning touchdown himself after leading that comeback, but huge props to Caldwell for being ready to drop a dime when called upon. And for all the people out there that are so mad about the transfer portal with Sark, this was a great move by Sark, to pick up Caldwell, because having somebody who can come in and do that,
dime.
Yeah.
They say that ball has to be, first of all, to call your shot. Now that Higgs said that he made the audible, to call your shot is big. And then to throw it to where only your guy can catch it. That's a vet move. And then to throw a catchable football. And a
great catch by Mosley.
Hell of a catch by Mosley, right? I'm like, oh yeah.
And you got to remember, he's also not getting the reps at practice with these receivers. So to be able to come in and still get your timing down, to be on time without the practice, that's a vet.
Yeah, that
to the court.
Game win was portal to portal right there.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
From Feel Smart, at one point, ESPN gave us a 1.4 chance to win. Guess that's all the chance we needed, for real.
Amen.
From Jennifer Jacobs, as Sark says, half the teams in the SEC lost this week. We weren't one of them. Davis Briggins, Nibby, and shout out to Caldwell for coming in cold and throwing a dime. I did have a heart attack, but the W cures all till Gabriel blows his horn.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm still stuck on that punt return.
What
special.
My niblet. That's a great.
Careful.
I didn't say it.
I know. He ain't been holding at it.
Someone on Instagram did call.
On to the next comment. Albert Felix. We were spoiled last year, but a win in the SEC is a win in the SEC. It just means more is starting to make sense.
Let a niblet know.
Okay. We're on the radio. Let's see. From Bencitos. Why does this team have to age me like that?
That's all of us.
My hair was brown before that game. Another sponsored comment. This one from James M. When did Stroh replace Brooks? He was in for the fourth, and the pocket cleaned up. Yeah, I don't know when that flipped around because Stroh came in for Campbell, but then Campbell came back in. And Stroh struggled when he came in for Campbell, but then things did look a lot cleaner towards the end there. So
it's still, you could tell they still figuring
they're still mixing and matching to see which pieces work the best.
Yeah.
We'll run out of runway, guys.
I don't know. We are.
Yeah, the clock's ticking on finding our identity.
We know what we have in our O-line this year. We got to work around that.
But 6-2, 3-1 in the SEC, like that, that's something. From let's see, Peter Wynn, another sponsor comment. Thank you. Best post game recap in the business.
Hey,
we appreciate that.
Yeah,
we'll take
appreciate
that,
you.
sir.
Head and shoulders.
Thank you for the comment and for helping out Derek Joe. Daryl S. Smith, another sponsor comment. Thank you. When QB1 puts his body on the line to get first down, the first down to win, what more can you ask for? Yeah, I love that. Shout out that. That was, man, that's a tough kid. And honestly, a mentally tough kid through. That kid's been through the ringer this year, and he gets so much credit for this game. Let's see. From Stephen Maddox. Yeah, I think he meant to put a comment, but he just gave us a sponsor comment. Thank you, Stephen. From Albert Felix, let's get Pavi in town early and take him to 6th Street. Don't let him be a factor. Hills, just like you take people for the Sun Life organic bowls and the healthy food.
Yeah.
Leave that to Higgs and me to take them to take people down a dark hole into some dive bars.
I don't know.
Taking him down to the back lot.
I can only imagine what a night out with Higgs.
My wife said it's out this weekend.
We can go a few rounds. Let's see. From Stephen Maddox. I love the show. Well, we love you, Stephen. Thank you. Zach Campbell, Niblet won us a game 3 weeks in a row when it mattered.
Facts. Hey, all three phases.
Yeah.
All three.
I'm so pumped for that kid. Arch, and this is from Jonathan Bruner. Arch is a dog. He is tough. And another one from Casey. Thanks, Casey. Y'all the goats. Love this show. Hook 'em. We appreciate you.
Yeah, Casey.
Whew, man, what a game.
No.
You guys got anything else?
The injury was unfortunate for Arch just because, man, that second half he looked good, man. Like it really felt like he took the next step in that second half. And obviously I'm getting ahead of myself, but this is the end of the show. If he's forced to miss next week, will we see some regression? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I'm praying, hoping that he's okay. I mean, you heard
you saw it.
Yeah, no. I'm saying you heard the announcer say that like he was peeking out of the little tent to see what was going on. So I mean, he's aware. He knows what's happening. So we'll see. I'm sure they're gonna make the best decision for the kid.
Yeah.
So hopefully we see him out there next week. And if he's not able to be out there next week, next man up. Let's go.
Yeah, and it's tough too. He's not even going to be able to get mental reps, just because. Well, first of all, let's see what the injury is first of all.
Right.
But if it is a concussion, which it looked like it, he's not going to be able to get the mental reps throughout the week. Anybody that's dealt with a concussion knows that, like, literally, they're like, leave him alone. He has to recover. So it's an uphill battle for him. But Arch, man, we appreciate what you did for us today, man. Hell of a game.
And it sounded like there was no injury report from Stark after the game.
Yeah, they're not going to say nothing on that yet.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate everybody out there tuning in, once again, listening. Make sure you like, subscribe. We will be back this week with a preview show. We won't put out any more specialist interviews, just so people don't yell at us. We do have some. We do still have some. So, but we will get some more out soon. But thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate y'all, and we will see y'all this week. Hook 'em.